Hard R fans, Hollywood fans.
Trying not to have a liver.
This is for you right here. What the hell are you doing in Hollywood? The undisputed champions of Black Wrestling Podcasting, the Hard R. Woo!
Hard R Wrestling Podcast. Acknowledge me if you smell what the Hard R Wrestling Podcast is cooking. And now
God damn it. Every time it gives me goosebumps. It gives me chills. My God, that feels good. His tongue got pale. He's like, la, 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 la.
Gave you the slow licking on your ass.
Look,
that's what Mrs.
D-Lo was making that move. D-Lo was making that joint. His wife walked in, was like, I can smell.
She was right.
She was like,
What that tongue do? What did that tongue do? When you get that podcast.
Poontang Pie is my favorite.
Hey.
She's like, D-Lo, what are we? She's like, D-Lo, what are we? Oh.
She's like, what are we eating tonight? You on the menu.
Wow.
You on the menu.
Y'all starting spicy and nasty.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Dessert.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hard R Wrestling Podcast. We're coming in strong and spicy and
the 1980s Kango.
hey, listen, baby. Look here. I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation mode.
Is that an MTV? You got an
MTV.
Oh
I'm bringing it back. Listen.
And
In 3 weeks,
make
me and Jennifer
MTV
will be
great again,
celebrating.
okay?
Yeah, me and Jennifer will be celebrating 10 years in this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 years. 10 years in this game. So we're gonna take
That's
some
what's
much
up.
we've only been on a vacation together alone without kids twice. No, 3 times. Honeymoon last year.
Y'all still together?
Right? Okay. I love how Caleb looked at it.
Hey, Bunch, you in trouble there. This is Bunch was
Boy,
like, the fuck?
she was so close to slapping you.
Yo, it was the look. She was
You guys
just,
gonna be on vacation in Atlanta in like what 2 days? Yeah, 2 days you be in Atlanta.
okay. that's
I
what's up.
love
All right.
Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I was there earlier. I love Atlanta. Love it.
Bunch, aren't you going on a
Don't
cruise
say
soon?
with who. To ask him who.
Oh, who you staying with?
We
I
staying with
know
ourselves.
ourselves, but we're going down with.
Yeah,
Who you going down with?
the second, the one she replaced.
Wait, okay. Huh? I would maybe take off my hat.
Hold on.
I gotta take off my hat.
Go off.
I gotta take off because I'm getting overheated.
No,
What?
Rewind this.
I
need
maybe we
you
won't even talk about this.
No, the second
No,
wife.
repeat this one more time.
The second wife, I got one of the kids and she got the other one. She
Okay.
gave me the bad one, the one that I had to super kick. So I got
I think it's super kicked every week.
yeah, because she couldn't handle him, so I have custody of him, and she has custody of the older one. So still, we working on the whole, seeing, them.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
Joe-
kind of an exchange.
Yeah, so Joe, the oldest one, comes for the summer still.
Got
So instead of splitting them up, the one I have, Jackson, he was gonna go with her for like 2 weeks. And then they both come back here. But instead of doing all that, she said, let's just meet in Atlanta, spend a week there so she could see Jackson. And then I just take them both back home with me. So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
I get it.
After clarification, thumbs up, buddy. Because at first I was
Thumbs
like,
up. It sounded a
you saw my
little,
face. I was
little
like,
ruffle
you
there.
rocking
Like
with
I
this?
wasn't.
I was like,
Not that I'm
Caleb,
judging.
real
Not that I'm
MVP
judging.
for rocking with that.
I don't play
no,
well
that's
with
what's
others.
I know that's right. Okay. She's selfish. She said she's selfish. Okay. Okay.
I beg to differ.
What?
Ooh. Oh Lord. Okay.
All
let's
right,
change subject. So we
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Okay.
how long you got? So 10 D'Lo, we were just talking before the podcast.
7.
D'Lo's been in this game 7 years. How long you guys been married, Hollywood?
What was it?
No shit, I asked him in front of his wife. Party foul, my bad.
Hold on.
It's
6.
6.
Yes.
Okay.
They
No,
both
6.
don't
Okay.
know. It's okay.
Yeah, this was 6.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
They still in love. So beautiful.
Still
Black
clapping.
love,
Still
Hispanic love, brown love. It's so beautiful.
Today's
Meanwhile,
still clapping.
meanwhile, I'm lonely. Oh,
Whatever. You clapping cheeks every night. Get out of here.
No,
You have sex more than all of us.
No.
But any
you got them.
meanwhile,
nice anchors.
his bedroom.
Nice anchors there, showing you love.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Hey, yo, you-
Shouting you out in the air.
Shout out to FDA. Anyway,
yo, you think really, Jason?
whatever. Can we move on? Anyway, we took a week off. We really missed each other, so we apologize for the brown and black shenanigans. We miss each other.
It's that Mary J. real love.
Okay.
It was Memorial. It was Memorial Day.
It was
yo.
Memorial Day.
And it was my last weekend working, so I was like, you know what? Let me get this shit out of the way. So
Oh, this your last weekend working, bro?
Working.
last weekend. So I don't work during the week now. So I don't work on the weekends.
You doing that OnlyFans
bet.
page? We've been talking
Not
about
yet.
it. What you doing?
Not yet. No, I'm
Not
still
yet.
got
Your
the
feet?
same job. It's just my schedule changed. So I'm off on Saturday.
Yo,
Oh.
you know what? Shout out to the hard R having things in common because Bunch, this is my last. Yesterday was my last
Ooh.
Saturday I worked.
Guess what? Yes.
So-
This is.
So now
I
you-
got 2 weeks, and I'm doing a new job. Look at God. Look at God. Look at
look at
God.
that, boy.
D-Lo, quit your job. Quit your job, D-Lo. Quit your
I don't
job,
know about all
D-Lo.
that.
Come with us.
D-Lo like
Yeah.
F
D-Lo,
you
my
and
bank
everything
account
you
is
said.
set up.
No, D-Lo, all you need is somebody to sponsor your tongue, goddammit.
Tongue fans. Tongue fans.
Yeah, D-Lo,
Tongue
who's gonna
fans.
be your mouthpiece?
This episode has gone completely off the rails.
Off the rails.
Off the rails. I'm a
Hey, look, man, y'all don't know, man. Actually, I miss y'all guys, man. When we don't do
Yeah.
shows and stuff,
Actually-
I be like, oh damn.
You know what?
You know
I
that
forgot. I forgot to give you your Christmas gift because you were a trifling godparent, but that's besides the point. But I
Damn.
forgot to give you anyway. Franchise actually came over for Memorial Day, had a good time. You know, cooked them some food, some burgers, so it was real good. It was
I
great
got to see my
see
God
them in
baby
person.
and the other.
Got to see the God
I got to see
babies.
the God baby
Gotta
and the
give you a
other kid. Yeah, they listen,
You know
man. When you become the godfather, like to one child, if someone has multiple, they're basically all your God. They're basically all your godchildren for the
Yes.
sake of purpose. So I got to see.
And she
I got
kept
to see,
requesting it. It was so weird. I'm like, I didn't even know you knew any of my friends' names. She kept saying your name and Michael. Michael, is Antonio coming? I'm like, huh? She's
So check this right.
crazy.
So check this out. My goddaughter, you know, I love her to death.
Miss
I do.
Juliana. Shout out to Juliana.
Juliana, my baby girl. You know, she
Oh,
it's
Julie.
like it's like Jason be like, yeah, because remember I won't go come because I was so tired because I worked like
He
a
works
double that
crazy
day
hours.
and I had to go right back to work. And
Mhm.
Jason was like, man, I wish I would have knew, man. Juliana been asking. He did the guilt trip. I was like,
Oh, Lord.
It worked.
I had just got home. I said, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I said, I get to the house. My goddaughter is like knocked out sleep. I already know how she is when she's woke.
Mhm.
And then I was like, you about to wake this girl up. I was like,
Mhm.
Lord. And so she wakes up and she stares at me like, who is this strange, huge yellow man in my house? I said, hey, Juliana. I said, you gonna give me a hug? And she was just like, no. Well, she was just like, no, she was just staring. And I was like, Yo, Jason capping. This little girl was not asking about me one bit.
I promise you, she was asking about you, and then she saw you. She was like,
Jason's wife said it. She's like, "Oh no, she had been asking about you." I was like, "Oh, all right," but she was like, "Yeah, she's just funny acting like that." She's
kids, man.
Yeah, that's kids anyway. But yeah, it had a good time. I got to see Jason's mom. I haven't seen Miss Lewis in a minute. And you know, it's always good seeing Jason's wife. She's super cool. That's my whole girl, Jennifer. And
shout out to J. Lou.
I'm just surprised it took Antonio 30 minutes to get to Jason's house because that dude lives. Whew.
Okay. So you Bethesda people think that I stay in just explore Maryland. I'm not that far.
So D-Lo, let me tell you. So I live in Germantown, so it's like 30. So it's 30 minutes from there.
Okay.
But the first time I ever went to Jason's house, this is when I was still living down in Portsmouth. and me and Jason went to a then Washington R-word team game. And we went to go stay at Jason's house. And Jason was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I moved. Here's my address. This is where I'm at." And I was like, "All right, bet." So I'm on the interstate. You know, it's already like a 3.5 hour drive coming up from down there to come up here. And so I'm driving and I'm on the interstate, and then I see the sign that says Mount Airy. And I was like, "Woo, finally made it." And I take the but my GPS is like another 45 minutes. I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, Jason, you remember I pulled over on the side of the road. It said,
"You were like, is there supposed to be cows?"
I was like, "Hey, Jason,
I was like, yes.
I don't know if I'm going the right way, man." I took the exit that said Mount Airy, and I see cows and stuff. And he's like, "Okay, yeah." And Jason's like, "Yeah,
You're exactly
right." And I was like,
"Yeah,
it says it's like another." I said, "It says like another 45 minutes." He was like, "Yeah, you in the right spot. Just keep driving. You good." Yeah. I was like, "What the hell?"
You see Klansman. His name is Bob. Just make it right by the Klansman, and
the thing is, where Jason is, it's so quiet. It's so quiet out there. It just freaked me out the whole night. I slept there downstairs. It was just so. It was so.
Where are the police sirens?
Like there was no police. There were no cars driving by the streets. I was just like,
no 9 o'clock bomb.
Nothing. So you know, and that's what I told Jason. I said, "Hey man, it is really quiet out here where you live at." He said, "Yeah, man. You know, we this is considered the country or whatever." I said, "Yo, it's really quiet out here. I'm used to hearing some type of ambient outside noise. Only ambient outside noise I heard were." I don't even think I heard crickets because it was like November or whatever.
Silence.
October we went to this game. It was just dead silence. So yeah, slept good, but it was just I kept waking up like
he ain't never slept good since. Come on now. Yeah. Well, you know, the wrestling world has not slept. There has been a lot. We've been away from you guys for the last 2 weeks. I wanted to start with the women. Like, so much happened. It was Double or Nothing, a Night of Champions. So much has happened. We want to talk about it all. But I want to concentrate on the women. The first 2 women I want to talk about are the former 2 Black women champions. And I want to talk about that. We're first going to talk about Jade Cargill losing to, let's see, what's this bitch? This woman's name. Chris Statlander. I do know a little bit about her. Lost to Double or Nothing. I think she won her 60th match, and then she issued an open challenge.
Well, she didn't issue it. Her dumbass manager issued it because she beat Valkyrie.
No,
she beat Valkyrie.
And that was a good match, actually. That was a really good match.
Yeah, it was.
I carried that match, but that was a good match. Let me tell you the problem I have with AEW in that sense. It was always planned that Jade was going to lose the belt to Statlander, right? But Statlander got hurt. So they had no backup option other than to just bull jive with her booking until this chick healed up and came back. So you pretty much didn't book her or booked her against jobbers and like no real storyline other than the storyline with Talia. You know what I'm saying? And that was just, I guess they knew Statlander was coming back soon, so they actually gave her a real rivalry with somebody so that they could take the title off of her and still make her look strong, because Statlander didn't just come and beat her. She had a grueling match first, and then Statlander came and beat her. So that's the problem. Go ahead.
Almost okay. So the thing with Jade is, it's like I'm not sure what she's supposed to be. Is she a face? Is she a heel? Because
she's a heel, but
she's a heel.
She's a tweener.
Yeah,
she's kind of.
She's a tweener. But the thing is,
she's a heel.
Yeah, she's a heel. But the way she lost,
she's a cool cheer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the way she lost, that's the way normally like a face would lose the chip, like kind of like when Edge first cashed in on Cena. Y'all remember? You remember that Elimination Chamber match? Like Cena got washed, was getting killed, but he still won, and he's sitting there half dead, bleeding more than John Moxley.
Yeah,
and
that's not possible. Don't go too far. Don't go too far.
My fault. I'm sorry. John Moxley was like, hold my beer.
Excuse me, motherfucker.
So yeah, and then he won. So yeah, it's interesting. I do want to shout out a few things. Like I said, the match with Valkyrie was pretty decent. It was a really good match. And and shout out to her her intro, giving
the
shout
AKAs.
Out to her, the AKAs, which is a African American Greek organization, the very first female African American Greek organization, and kind of find out the girls that were
is that them? I'm sorry, no,
don't do that. You know better. Don't do that.
And
so the reason
it was
and so what was even more cool about it. The more cool about it was the girls that did it weren't just random AKAs; they were actually her line sisters.
Yeah,
that she was.
That's dope. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah,
dope.
Yeah, that was so dope. They were her actual line sisters. So that's pretty dope in itself. I like Bunch says, it was always built for Statlander to win, and then ever since Statlander got hurt, like you said, it's been kind of like and booking. Like maybe unpopular opinion. I know that like Kevin Nash had made a comment like they're not really doing her any favors in AEW with booking, and I know Conan had said something. People were like, "Oh, they need to shut the hell up. They don't know what I mean." But they kind of make a point, like what you were saying, Bunch, as far as booking. There was like really no good storylines.
Yeah,
no good. She was the storyline, but there was really no good storyline in it. One storyline I thought they was going to try to build on was the baddies. Next thing you know, she just started randomly kicking.
Did not understand ever since that point. It's been kind of a cool off with her. I never understood that. I was invested.
I never understood, and I liked it because it were girls that came out and they had a decent match with her, but she still beat them. But then they just wanted to linger around her because she was that great.
She was that bitch.
She was that bitch, and she kept them around. They had the baddies, and they would like go to the different cities and be like, "Hey, tell us where the baddies are."
And that was awesome.
That
was awesome gimmick.
Like,
I loved it.
Section.
And they just
the next thing you know, she like first kicked Kiera Hogan out.
Yeah,
and he was just like,
then
Velvet.
Okay.
Good God Almighty is ridiculously proportioned.
And then they kicked Red Velvet out, and then they got the other girl that came in. It just didn't make any sense with what they were doing with that. So I guess this is a way to kind of let Jade cool down a little bit, and then throw her into the world title. The world title picture for the women's belt.
Yeah, all it was a way to take the belt off of her and keep her strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't honestly, I wasn't mad at it. I think it should happen. I was surprised because I just don't know that much about Chris Statlander. It kind of jogged my memory a little bit about her, but
she's a good wrestler. She's a good wrestler.
She's a good wrestler. She's very in the crowd like loves her. Like she's like really. She's like an independent person that everyone knows in the in that whole scene, and they really
got you.
In the scene they really did root for and cheer for.
There was a rumor that she was supposed to win the belt months ago. Like she tore her ACL back in August. I was just looking that up.
Oh.
So I think that's her injury kind of just derailed everything for Jade, and that's why everything stopped making sense after a certain point.
That makes sense.
See, that was my issue though. That's bad writing though. Like I get the fact that you had a plan you wanted to do, but it's wrestling. Injuries happen all the time.
And it's gonna happen again.
Yeah. So you should always have like some kind of backup in store. Like she shouldn't have just been left out in limbo like that. It was just like
it was weird the way she was booked.
Yeah. Oh, I want to move on to because we got a lot to talk about. Bianca.
Oh,
that's
God,
right.
I hate that
that's
dude,
right.
man. Bianca.
Belair, lost to Asuka. I should be more upset than I am, but I fucking love Asuka.
I'm not.
Like a lot of people. I think it was good for both of them to lose. And it sounds weird, but Bianca's been booked incredibly, almost John Cena like. And she was getting booed in international scenes, mainly because she was black, also because she got that John Cena thing going on, I think. My personal opinion. But what you guys think about Bianca lose? I mean, she cheated, she did the little miss thing. I thought that was kind of cool. She like rubbed in her eye. Bianca totally overreacts every single time she gets the miss, which I love, by the way. But what you guys think of that?
I mean, I think first of all, like, I don't know why they couldn't do it at WrestleMania and they had to do it on a Saudi show.
The street,
I guess, but that's true. That's true.
They big on breaking these records now. So,
but like, it was time, I feel, for Bianca to lose the belt. I'm not a fan of the Asuka character because, at least this one, because it's like she lost at WrestleMania, and then I felt like she wasn't on television for like a whole 2 months, and then all of a sudden they have a rematch and she wins the belt. It's like that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
I
think what should have happened if they had this like long-term booking plan or whatever. When she wrestled her at WrestleMania, the build before, because it kind of was like Asuka was turning heel then. You know what I'm saying? They should have kept her Asuka strictly as a face before WrestleMania, and then Bianca beat her, and then Asuka turns and becomes heel, and then if you want her to get a rematch and win the title as a heel, and I get that, but don't turn her heel kind of before their WrestleMania match, lose. She gets a rematch out of nowhere, still doing the same tactics she was doing before WrestleMania, and now she wins. So it was a little weird. But I like Asuka, and I feel like they've been doing her a disservice, like ever since she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania back then. Ever since then. They have booked her terribly. Even when Becky gave her the
title,
they still didn't book her good, and until Rhea took it from her. But I hope they do it better this time. And I'm looking forward if they can do that Io and Asuka.
Oh, that little tease there, like like them just cursing each other out in their language. Like, I can't wait to see them wrestle. Frankly,
so my thing was I was shocked that it happened because of where it happened. I was like, oh, they took the belt off of her. Was I mad with it? Not really. The match itself was a C at best. It was kind of Bianca had a better match with Io than she did she did with Asuka or whatever. And so I'm not upset. Like I said, Bianca, and like I said, I love Bianca. I love Bianca. I love Asuka to death. Bianca, not to say she started to get a little stale, but people are, saying
we can say it.
It's hard. It's hard to be a long-term face.
Because WWE does not know how to book long-term faces.
Right. I don't know.
They do a Hulk Hogan thing.
I don't understand it. They really don't know how to. They really don't know how to, like, WCW, NWA knew how to keep somebody a face and it not be boring and bad.
Not be cheesy. They make them corny. They make you not like them.
Yeah.
They make you not like them.
They make you not like them. And I think it was good to get the belt off of her and then let her kind of like, resonate and do some reset and do some stuff right now. She probably won't be on TV for a while. And I think she has some stuff coming up. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's doing too, if I'm not mistaken.
They're gonna have a rematch first. They're gonna have a rematch.
They're gonna have a rematch.
And then Nick Cannon came out, and she came out during the segment on SmackDown and attacked her. So they're gonna have a rematch.
And then she'll go away for a little bit. And then Nick Cannon will try to impregnate her.
Oh shit!
Y'all saw that?
Like, yo, man, like,
I got really mad.
That dude.
We gotta fight.
I mean, here's my thing. I get it.
We gotta fight a little bit.
Some things I get it, but some things need to be left unsaid, bro. That's all I'm saying. And you ain't gonna do that in front of me about In front of
I'm
in
about
front
to
of me.
lose
in
all
face,
my
so-
endorsements. No, we did.
Yeah.
That's not what we're gonna do. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. I want to fight now. Because
who you rock now? I want to fight.
I want to fight. No, we're gonna talk about him in a minute. But I did want to jump ahead a little bit to lousy Ronda Lousy bitch face and Shayna Baszler won the tag team titles. They are
Credible tag team champions. Thank God. Credible tag team champions.
So we get to hear more
Credible
horrible
tag team
segments
champions.
with Ronda fumbling through her lines
shut up,
and making everybody feel
Ronda
horrible.
Shut up. We're not trying to hear it.
Actually cut a good promo after they won, man. So.
Way to set low expectations for
credible tag team champions. Simple as that. Division ain't had credible tag team champions.
Yeah, I'm so sick of
since
Shotzi.
What? Sasha and maybe
Can we talk about
Naomi?
Shotzi? Yeah. She needs to, she got to go to AEW Dark or whatever. I know that's canceled.
They gotta go
horrible.
Yeah,
she's really bad.
She ain't ready. If only they had a training center to properly develop
her.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, they were too busy making her the host of Halloween Havoc that year. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Sorry, you can't do training. You have to do promos.
Right. The TC with the TCB tank. Let me tell you something. Y'all already know that Liv Morgan is the bane of my existence in the women's division. Shotzi is like. Shotzi might be over Liz for real, over Liv, yo, for real. Because
she is really horrible.
She is terrible.
I hated Shotzi in NXT, and then when they said they moved her up, and then she comes out with that. She comes out with that
Carmelo. Is in NXT? What? How does that? Braun Breaker? He's still in NXT. Shotzi moves up.
And she comes out with that stupid power wheel. She comes out with that stupid power wheel. So it's the taking care of business. It's the taking care of business there. That shit should be called.
Shut your dumb
taking care of botch. It's the taking care of botch vehicle. That's what the hell it is.
You green-haired freak.
Horrible.
Yeah. And then it was like, stop bullying her just because she can't wrestle. Like, shut the fuck up. Some people need
That's her goddamn job, man.
Talking about her, but you shut the fuck up. The damn bald-headed hypocrite.
I'm not defending her, you motherfucker.
No, you defend Liv. And
because she's my Nubian queen. Of course, I'm gonna ride for her. I'm riding for her. She coming to the Bahamas.
Could y'all imagine a match between her and Shotzi?
Ride with Shotzi.
Or lousy Ronda Rousey.
Not live.
A promo fest between lousy Ronda and Shotzi. That would be great. That would be
with Liv versus damn Shotzi. That ain't a piss break. That's a shit break right there. I'm gonna just move on. We have one more woman two more women to talk about. One, Toni Storm. She beat Jamie Hayter, who I believe is injured.
Yeah, she's injured.
Toni Storm is really fucking funny. She was in the press conference and she was like killing me. Like this is her role. I don't know if you guys are a fan of her.
I love the whole Outcast shit.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel it a little bit.
I'm a fan of the hip attack.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. It is a good movie.
Shout out to Juice Robinson. That's her husband. I was like,
hey,
really,
dude.
Wait.
No, hold on.
Juice is hitting that?
Hold on.
Yes.
What's his name? Rock Hard Juice Rock. Man, when he be like, Ricky!
Yeah, that's Juice. Yeah, that's Juice. Juice Robinson,
dude, because he's so fucking ugly. Like the way his head is. Who is this guy? Juice Robinson and Tony. Hilarious, man. And he can actually wrestle. So I know.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah,
is
Juice Robinson and Tony Storm been married since like 2022. So since last year they got married.
Oh,
I did not know that.
They married. Okay.
That's a good pull.
Yeah, they
probably call themselves Rock Hard.
I'd be rock hard.
I would be too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right under that little eye thing, the Nelly eye patch.
You nasty. You need Jesus.
I have him. You know my heart.
I know now.
Speaking of cum stains, Alexa
that-
Bliss
Oh.
is with child.
Can't do it.
Jeez.
Really, dude?
Where he
Really,
from?
Jason?
That shit be hilarious. Yo.
I mean, it's a misplaced cum stain.
Jason.
Anyway, Alexa Bliss will be with child, so we won't get to see her for 9 months. Yay, everyone wins. She gets a child. We won't get to fucking see her wrestle with Bray Wyatt, D'Lo's favorite wrestler.
I hope Bray Wyatt gets pregnant too, so we don't have to see him for another 9 months.
Can we wait a minute? Time out. Pause. No. D'Lo, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, because I'm telling you what Jason's doing right now.
You know that movie? You know that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito when they were pregnant? They were pregnant. Bray Wyatt should do the sequel.
You falling for
the
it.
sequel.
D'Lo, you falling for it. You falling for it.
I'm not falling
Don't
for
fall
nothing.
for it.
I'm not falling.
Did you hear what he just said? You
Shit
heard
will
what this
get off the
mofo
pot.
said. You heard what this mofo said. He
What?
said something real slick.
What?
He tried to take the heat
Oh
off
no,
the
I didn't fall
nonsense
for
he
it.
said.
I heard him. I heard
What
him. I
was,
said,
what was so
I
slick
wish,
that I said?
I wish Bray Wyatt can get pregnant
So-
too. There's nothing wrong with that.
This not even that.
There's enough dick to go
This
around
mofo-
for Bray to get
This
some.
mofo right here, this guy up here,
Science
just
you know,
slandered
it's advanced.
Alexa Bliss like she's some trash, but he
She
out here
is.
caping every damn week
I said
for
that.
Liv Morgan.
That's why I told him to shut the hell up when he was bashing shots.
Every week,
Liv Morgan.
Fucking
So first of all, if Alexa Bliss had them cheeks, like I would be defending her too, to be honest with you. But she don't.
Man.
So
I've come around on Liv. She's been doing squats lately.
she been doing them
I've come around on
squat,
Liv.
bruh.
Yeah. I've come around him.
So it's purely, you know what it is. But thank God. Well, shout out to Alexa Bliss and her goofy ass husband.
Mine is different because I'm looking at some cheeks right now that need clap.
You just horny. So anyway, well, we've talked enough about the ladies. So a lot going on, a lot of changes, a lot of title changes with the women's divisions. I didn't actually see the match, and I wanted to get you guys' take on if you saw it. The Pillars match with MJF, he was victorious. I really liked the build up, even though I thought it lost some steam towards the end. But I like the concept. How was the match executed? I don't know if you guys saw it or not.
I saw like the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, they all. I wasn't a fan of the build, but I thought the match itself was pretty crazy. It was probably like I'm trying to remember. It was probably the second best match on the show, besides the Anarchy match. But I thought it was really good. They all did a great job. I wasn't a fan of the whole build, but they got through it, and we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I would
And
say
one thing I
was gonna say I knew the match was gonna be good just because of the elements that they all bring to the table. And the thing about it is, I'm glad that they did a 4-way Pillars match to get them motherfuckers out of the way, because if I'd have had to endure a fucking title reign of MJF going from Jungle Boy to Darby, I would have fucking lost it. Like, matter of fact, let me just go ahead and get with my rant right now.
Go ahead, do it. Go.
My fucking rant for AEW. Me and one of the guys from work was talking. Shout out to Kev, because I'm glad I got off my shift, because he won't let me get no fucking work done no more. Every time he see me, he stopped to bitch about AEW. And I'm like, yo, you are worse than he whose name we shall never mention on this podcast anymore. All he does is bitch about AEW all the time. I'm like, damn, dude. He was like, no. Because I'm a wrestling fan. So I said, he was like, no, but you always give an AEW pass, so they got good matches. I was like, look, miss me with that shit, man. Miss me with that shit, because I criticize AEW just as much as I criticize WWE. The only thing about it is, I say with all AEW's bullshit, at least we do get good matches. But this was what we was talking about yesterday. His beef for AEW is this. Look at it as a cookout, right? You go to a cookout, right? And you walk up in that bitch, and somebody got steaks and ribs and pork chops.
Is this a Hispanic cookout or?
No. Just focus.
That's a key question. That's a key question.
Focus. And got all the seasonings. You know, they about to just hook it all up.
Lowry's.
Right? And all that. And then you walk down a little further, and then they give you great value burgers and hot dogs. You be pissed off too. That's what AEW is. It has all this steak and all this good shit. But then we get Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin and Jungle Boy in the title picture and main events and winning all these fucking matches when you got fucking Miro, you got fucking Hobbs, you got all these motherfuckers that you want. Swerve. And he's going against Cassidy next Dynamite, and if he fucking loses, I promise you I won't watch Dynamite because I'm so sick of Orange Cassidy. I really am. I'm so sick of him. And Swerve deserves that title. Man, that shit pissed me off. I watched that fucking match with the Embassy and Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. I was so fucking upset. I mean, I'm tired of seeing these motherfuckers get tossed around like a fucking rag doll, but somehow they win the fucking match. Like, if you that fucking believable, you wouldn't be getting thrown 20 feet around in the ring. Like, ain't no fucking way. Just ain't this. You know what?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm tired of great value burgers and hot dogs. Give me the fucking steak.
We need to do a commercial off that because I think that's a perfect analogy for AEW. I wanted to marinate a little bit. Like that. That is a perfect. I can't disagree with any of that. They got some steak. They don't use the steak. They throw the steak in the trash.
So what's WWE? They don't potato salad? Like what's WWE?
They are a Caucasian family that have been around black people, so they think they can cook. They can cook. They've been known to cook, but it's just because they're white that people come and they have alcohol. That's the thing. WWE has alcohol. They have the best drinks.
Yes,
but they don't narrate yourself.
You forget how the food tastes.
Right. So you're like, this is the best pork chop ever. We got no salt on it. This is delicious. But yeah.
Anyway, so from the little bit that I did see of the matches, I thought it was a decent match for everything it's worth. Out of all four of them, of course, MJF is over, but the guy that's probably might be even more over than MJF is Jungle Boy.
Oh no.
He's the worst. He's the worst filler. He's horrible.
He can't cut a promo.
He can't cut a promo. I think your son could beat the crap out of him, even though he keeps getting super good.
No, my son could beat Darby Allin.
He could beat both of them. Seriously. No, Jungle Boy is the worst. I don't understand. I think there's a reason why he's over, but other than that one white reason, I don't get it. I do not get him. Even with what's the skater dude? Darby. Even with this, program, I kind of got him a little bit more. I'm more with Darby than I am with Jungle Boy. I just don't get it.
I don't.
It's so many other more talented lucha high flyers. Maybe it's not for me. You have to be a teenage girl or something to get them.
Kiss my ass because just because you've been there from the start and you young, that don't make you a fucking pillar. I put
that makes it that no one wanted you
over Jungle Boy. Like this shit don't make no sense, man. You get
or even Pretty Ricky.
What I say,
yeah.
What I say about that is when he comes out every week, like they go off for him People really like.
You cannot build a franchise over Jungle Boy. I'm sorry. He does not look believable.
I think you can. There's a lot of people that don't look believable. Okay. ECW put the world title on Mikey Whipwreck, bro.
ECW, as much as I'm not trying to disrespect AEW, but ECW changed the game. Like ECW, they made people they could make Jungle Boy over. Paul Heyman, his genius, he could absolutely make him believable, but that's a once in a lifetime talent. You know what I'm saying? Like Tony Khan can't do that. He can't do what Paul Heyman did.
No, something like that. Jungle Boy would be better off in Ring of Honor and working his way up through Ring of Honor, and in a couple years,
I can see that. I can see that.
Being on AEW and then actually being, you know, a future
when he gets his grown man body.
Yeah,
when he gets his grown man body, I can't see it, bro.
Get off my stuff. Get off of Hollywood before you catch a super kid.
Oh Lord.
So look,
you kick him every week.
No, that's the little one that was just on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Kick his glasses.
He just powerbomb. He just powerbomb.
He said kick his glasses.
He just powerbomb.
But no, I mean, but right now you keep trying to make me believe something. Look, I'm broke. I'm not buying nothing they selling right now. You can't make me believe that this motherfucker could carry the World Heavyweight Championship. Like
literally, I don't think he could carry it.
Nah, fuck all that.
But you know, Sammy Guevara, I've always liked him. I'm not sure if he's quite championship, but I can see him touching it because he just got swag. He can get people to hate him, you know, just by his personality. I'm all for him. Like I think he's a second pillar.
Yeah,
and then Darby and then Jungle Boy.
But Sammy beat Cody and he beat Miro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I could believe Sammy, you know, being in that picture. But
yeah. Man, and he's just dope. Like, I mean, he has talent that Jungle Boy does, like athletically, you know, he can do things. And again, he's scrawny. I get it.
I think him and Jungle can do some of the same stuff. And I hear what you're saying. Like, oh, he's little. If you looked at all of them in the match, fucking MJF looked like the fucking Ultimate Warrior compared to
he did.
Out there looking like
MJF is kind of jacked for a smaller guy.
My thing is, if you go, you know what I'm saying, as they say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Maybe Jungle Boy just isn't your cup of tea, like you said. But to act like, oh yeah, I can't. Like, I really can't see Darby Allin as the world champion. I really can't see Sammy Guevara.
I can't either, but I like him more. But no, I can't see him as world champion.
Pounds. How is that believable? I don't care how good he is. He's 160 pounds. There's no fucking way he should be able to beat the top guy. Darby Allin. He's 160 pounds. There's no fucking way he should be able to beat.
I weighed more in the fifth grade.
Wrestling company.
I weighed more in the fifth grade. I was chubby, but I weighed more in the fifth grade.
And that's not weight shaming or anything like that. But he's 160 pounds. There's no fucking way he should be able to beat a top talent.
And again, WWE has done this for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they've had matches where the execution of the match made it so like, all right, you can see Rey Mysterio squeaking out a win against Mark Henry or whatever, even though he did get pinned. You can kind of see that, but to see like AEW week after week after week, the 150-pound guy went like the Big Cass. I know that's not his name now. Loses every fucking week.
Big Bill.
Loses every week. It doesn't make sense.
Romeo, I'm gonna get on. You talk that shit about me when I said something about Big Bill being pretty good, man, and he shouldn't be jobbing the way he was jobbing. That motherfucker was dominant in that match. He carried that match, and he was dominant in the Battle Royal, man. So stop talking shit about Big Bill, man. Big Bill can do his thing, man.
Big Bill's not.
He should not be losing to Darby Allin.
He's just a big dude. That's
multiple times.
But still,
he's just a big dude, man.
And we don't give two shits about him because he can't fucking wrestle. Big Bill is big. At least he.
Well, I say big. I'll say Big Bill. That's an end of the universe, two spectrums of the universe right there. Because almost is horrible. Shout out to his wife though; she's bad. He just got married too. But you know,
I'm still riding with you, dog.
Congratulations, almost.
That's the only word.
That's two different ends. Two ends of the spectrum.
Let's move on.
I'll say this though: isn't the whole point
of
a wrestling company is that it's a company that has a little something for everybody. So just because Jungle Boy ain't for a few people doesn't mean that, you know, he can't be, you know, he doesn't have his fan base. And I think that's the whole point of like a wrestling company. They should have like different stuff for everybody.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't be in it and stuff like that, but to make me believe he should be world champion, like that's why they have different championships. They have the All Atlantic, and they have the.
They got like 50 on them bitches. But he can win that.
But the singles, you got the World, you got the TNT, and All Atlantic. Now, him being All Atlantic, where Orange Cassidy is, that to me is like the equivalent of like the TV title. You know what I'm saying? And the TNT title is the equivalent like the US title, like how they used to have it. You know what I'm saying? It was levels to it. Yeah, he should be in wrestling. He's not a bad wrestler. He's actually a pretty good wrestler. But to make me believe he should be world champion of that company, looking at all the talent that they have, all these guys that are, you know what I'm saying, stars like right now, who have it right now, who can be a world champion anywhere they go right now. I'm not gonna buy it.
You're not there.
But then too, you gotta look at it like this too. There's been times where different organizations, WCW, NWA, whatever, WWE, they put person in the world title picture, and you was like, they're gonna be challenging for the world title. They didn't win it, you know, but they were in a match, and 9 times out of 10 had a decent match. Like, for example, I'll give you a good example in the 80s. Like, I like the Rock and Roll Express, but when they was pushing Ricky Morton, like they wanted him to win the world title. He had a series of matches with Ric Flair. I just could not see Ricky Morton as being the world champion. But you're gonna put
that much bigger than Ricky Morton, though, for real. For Ric Flair wasn't a big guy, you know what I'm saying? So it was believable.
Right.
But if you put Darby Allin against Big Bill, and you telling me he's supposed to beat Big Bill, man, kiss my ass.
Like 5 times, not just once, like 5. He jobs to him constantly. It does not make sense. Anyway, I think we're going to agree to disagree. We got a lot to talk about.
I think Jason's upset because he's a tall guy. Big Bill's a tall guy like Jason.
You know, motherfucker, we just got other shit to talk about.
Down with the goddamn.
But I did want to talk about Cody Luther King losing to Brock Lesnar. Passing out, having a broken arm, going into the match with a broken arm. I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought Cody definitely had to lose to continue this, but it's a good few people are into it. I get it, but what you guys?
I want to say this. I knew exactly that's how that fucking match was going to end.
Yeah, it was pretty predictable if you've been around the block.
I knew that's how that match was going to end. I knew, Cody's not going to submit. It was going to be a thing where he either passed out or the referee stopped the match because Brock basically went to town and dominated his ass or whatever. So I knew that's how the match. This is just, telling a story. You know what I'm saying?
Finish the story.
This is almost similar to when The Undertaker came back after losing the first match to WrestleMania to Brock Lesnar, and he showed up and he went to SummerSlam, and Brock put him in the Kimura lock, and you could see Undertaker tap on the other side, but the ref didn't see it. And then Undertaker put him in Hell's Gate, and Brock Lesnar like passed out, from that. So this is just building up to a third match. And let me just tell you something. Whatever this third match better be, God damn it, they better fucking tear the goddamn house down. I would
Hell in a cell.
No. I would love to see I thought the match was decent too. It kept you suspense, but I knew how it was going to end. I want to see like an I Quit match, a submission, I Quit match, or some shit.
Brock ain't gonna quit. No, we can't see that.
Because Cody has to win the last match.
Man, we can't. I want the last man standing match because God knows what it takes.
Well, you know what? Then let Cody, since Cody trying to do it for his daddy, take it back. Give him a goddamn bull rope match with the bell on the end, and let the motherfuckers go to goddamn work on that shit or whatever. But this match need to be a match where there's goddamn blood. They beat the hell out of each other.
They've already had blood, it's got to.
I would say this though. Shout out to Brock, because I saw where Cena was talking about, because they was talking about Brock or whatever, and he was like, "Yo, if Brock likes you, he will make you look great." You know what I'm saying? And I think all the matches,
must really like Cody.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because look at Brock's matches with Seth. They were really good. His matches with Cody, they've been pretty good.
And juxtapose that with Moxley, which was shit.
No, I look at the matches that all his matches he's had with Roman Reigns. They're terrible. They're terrible.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I wouldn't say they're terrible. Not all of them. It's been about, to me, those have been about 50-50. Some are terrible.
I think right. I'll say the first WrestleMania match was their best match, and then that last man standing match was fucking daggone.
Well,
why they had another match in between.
Match good? It's because of all the other stuff, like all the outside stuff brought into the match. I'm just talking about regular match where all you see is F5, Superman punch, spear, F5, suplex. Like it's
Well, both of them got the 5 moves of doom.
I mean, but still,
both of them got
like all the matches have been bad, man. They've been bad.
I would say they all. Been
I
bad,
think that's
man.
another thing.
I think it's like 50-50 on them. See,
I think
there's been some matches
well.
with them, and you just like,
yeah.
But then there's
drizzling shit.
But then there's some matches where it's cool.
Yeah. I did want to talk about the 2 new belts that debuted. One a couple weeks ago, and Seth freaking Rollins is the new WWE champion. I think that's what it's called. The other one's very confusing, but
World heavyweight.
Seth is the world heavyweight champion.
World heavyweight champion. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute because I got some beef with that. But Seth did win he won against AJ Styles. Of course, it was the right decision. The sometimes the obvious decision is the right decision.
Seth came out looking like he had 2 big, huge scrunchies on his arms. Like
he was a bad bitch that night. Like
2 leopard scrunchies on his arms.
Like, his dresses are flamboyant. Like I just go with it. I love it.
Hey man, don't talk about Seth's drip, man. His drip is
he needed
a towel to clean that.
His drip is pronoun friendly. But I love it. So he won. The belt design. I want to talk quickly about the belt design. I like it more and more every week because it's like the old WCW title.
I loved it from when Triple H took the goddamn shit off of it. Yeah. I loved it. When people was like, oh my God, I was like, yo, y'all shut the fuck up forever. That fucking belt looks fantastic.
You stupid.
That belt is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do like that.
That belt is
Now let's juxtapose that with my person. Even though it's not as bad as I think some people are making now. I feel like it's 50-50. But the new, I don't know, is the new Ultimate Universe World WWE Supreme Roman Reigns. Like it has such a long title. Undisputed, I think, is thrown in there.
It's the same title they had before. But on this funny thing is at the bottom it says
Undisputed.
What it says at the bottom, like undisputed. That's what it says.
Undisputed.
Yeah. The problem. Which makes me go back to my problem with having two titles.
Because if it's undisputed, why you got 2 belts?
Right. Undisputed.
It sounds like it is disputed.
You have unified. Right,
you using like your brain too much. You using your brain too much in wrestling, man. Stop it.
There's like 4 championships, 4 governing
bodies, per division.
For a division in one division. But and then there's sometimes they'll get it where everybody comes together and they decide to have a little mini tournament to find out who is the undisputed, and that person has all the belts.
Mm-hmm.
Why? But
we got a Raw division and a SmackDown division. Okay, you don't question.
And then what I want to say about the belt design.
Okay, let's go.
Mid at best.
It's
Snoop
mid.
Belt looks better. That's the belt. That Snoop belt.
The weed belt looks better. Yeah.
That gold. That all gold. That should have been the damn championship belt right there. If they wanted to keep the same look,
because they floated on the internet a different belt design. It was like the Winged Angel, like something.
That one looks better.
And I thought that's what they were going to do, but he unveiled that shot. Like, it's the same belt.
It's the same fucking belt with paint on it. I'm like, y'all gonna do green necks? Y'all done every color. Like it's green necks, like orange.
They spray painted the gold leather in that one little section and put black onyx jewels in there. Look at that. They should have the belt that they gave Snoop when they did WrestleMania, whatever. That's the belt that should have been like the all gold. The belt should have been the new championship.
Shout out to Naomi / Trinity. She has had the best belt of the Big W, the glow belt. To me, that's been the best belt that they've had, like the best version of it. Because the gold, it should be gold. I'm glad it's not like multicolored, but it's not original. It looks low budget. It's giving low budget.
Think about when they first unveiled the Universal Championship when it was on Raw, and they unveiled it, and the crowd was like, "Oh man, we about to see the new Universal Championship," and they took the cloth off,
and
it was the WWE Championship with red, but it was red, and everybody was like, Right. And they started chanting, that belt stupid. Everybody was just like,
and they had a nerve to put
hilarious.
Mick Foley out there to embarrass him. Him and Stephanie. I think they're the ones that presented it.
Going out. Yeah,
I'm like, man, y'all do Nick dirty every single year. But I mean, the original design it was dope. Like when The Rock introduced it, I loved it. I was tired of the spinner belt, and I loved it. And I thought it was cool, but you know, it's becoming very. Well, people are going to hate everything. So I mean,
yeah.
You know, is it
that
big of a deal?
Big W belt, but
yeah, I mean, you look at the UFC title, like, oh, you know, it has the emblem up there. They're just like Mark. I mean, like, I feel like every major sports thing does that. UFC does it. Other they have the logo
Everyone
up
has
there,
like a logo or else the name of the belt up there. But what the fuck ever.
Yeah, they could do a different design and still get it.
All right, that's cool. Let's get to the main shit we here to talk about. Fuck what you heard. Let's go.
Oh shit, are we talking about cinema? True cinema with the bloodline, is that what we want to talk about?
Oh, you goddamn! Yeah. Oh, before we go there,
okay,
it's about to be on. Jason's favorite wrestler, Bryan Danielson, called out fucking Okada.
Oh yeah,
that shit is gonna be goddamn match of the year.
Let's go.
I'm calling it right now.
Dave Messer is gonna just ejaculate like so hard.
He won't even see his TV because it's gonna be so much of it.
It's just be dripping screen.
It's just gonna have a movie film over the TV.
all in the HDMI ports.
It's just gonna be a milky film on the screen. Just wanted to get that out there.
and Omega versus Will Ospreay 2 is gonna be on that show too.
Yeah. So
that show is gonna be a bang.
Yeah, I just want to put that.
When is that gonna be?
Yeah, but
when is that gonna be?
That's
that's this month, I think, right?
This month?
I think sometime this month or whatever. Yeah, because whatever happened, it was something where
Okada,
and some other New Japan guys, they beat some other guys, and then Daniel Bryan popped up on the video screen and just started talking about some, the beat, you know what I'm saying? Is here, BBC is here. We're here for this, blah 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 blah. And then he was like, "Yeah, Okada, you and me, baby."
He said it.
God damn it. God damn it.
Yes, mission accomplished.
It's June 25th. June 25th.
Yes.
Oh man, that's great. Speaking of great.
Anyway, next.
Bunch. No, I don't want to even phrase it that way because that's adversarial. I just want to say that I'm just gonna put on me. Have been proven wrong by the WWE. This bloodline feud, I'm still in it. I'm still invested. It's still the best thing in wrestling. It's still the best storyline since the NWO. And NWO really was good for only 1 year. At cinema. Every single week you're getting like drama, you get action, you getting crowd reaction, you getting everything that you need. But others can feel otherwise. I'm invested. I'm back in it.
My thing is, it's like
I was already.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
D-Lo.
No. Go ahead, D-Lo.
My thing is, it's like this is all like it's all great stuff, but I'm like, where is this all going? Like, it's clearly going to a tag match. Okay, what happens after that? Like, I just feel like they're delaying, like they're just slowing everything down because they know they don't have anything after this. Because it looks like the Usos are going to face Solo and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's what it's looking like, right?
I can see that.
What they're doing is they're just dragging out this stuff so that Roman Reigns can continue his title reign.
Right.
So they're doing everything they can not to focus on him wrestling actual, challengers. So
right. So what happens after that tag match? Then what? What do you got? Because you already did the breakup with Sammy. You already did a breakup with the Bloodline. What happens after that? Because that's where I'm going. That's where my mindset is. It's like this is all good TV, but where is it going?
I think where it's going to end is finally Solo will be the one who costs Roman the belt. When they finally decide to take it off of him, it's going to be Solo that costs him the belt. And then that's how it is.
Oh yeah.
Like
go ahead.
Let's say Roman Reigns and Jey Uso face off for the belt at Survivor Series. Survivor Series is in November. Y'all mean to tell me y'all really want to see? We're in June. Y'all want to see 5 more months of this?
Yes. Yes.
I'm really,
put it in my veins. Yes.
I'm really over it because they are just dragging it out. Like, it's good TV still, but they're really just dragging out a title reign for the sake of breaking a record.
Y'all are in such a rush to get to Cody so y'all can start booing him.
I don't even want to get to Cody.
I don't even want Cody to win.
I don't want Cody either. I want Solo, actually. I want Solo to be the one. I think he's the dude.
Over them dragging it out. Like, I get you want him to have this longest reign, whatever, but I hate the fact that he's doing it without actually wrestling or like,
bruh.
Crazy.
Antonio, go. You have a light. I mean, like, go, sir. I'm gonna put you up top. Here.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
So, the tag team match is going to happen, but I don't think the tag team match is going to happen right away. I think what we're going to get first is we're going to get Hemi Uso, Jimmy versus Roman. It's a backstory behind that as well. If you remember when the whole thing when Jay was going against Roman, and then Jimmy was injured at the time, and Jay wasn't, and they had that I quit match. Jay won't gonna quit.
Yeah,
Jimmy. The only reason Jay quit, Jay said I quit, was because Roman dragged Jimmy to the ring and beat the shit out of him with the chair and everything. So this is kind of like brewing, and they're acting their asses off because at whatchamacallit, the Saudi Arabia show, that look at Jimmy's eyes when he super kicked Roman, that is the look of a motherfucker that's like, I've been dying to do that shit for fucking years. And then Jay was still so tormented because he's like, that's my brother. But God damn it, this is the tribal TV. What did Jimmy tell that? He said, man, you should have did this shit a long time ago.
I'm doing what you should have did.
You should have did a long time. And then he said, I got you, Bruce. And did that damn shit again. And then he let out that primal scream. That motherfucker been wanting to do that shit ever since Roman beat his ass in that fucking I Quit match. And then remember when he first came back, he was reluctant.
Yeah.
He was reluctant to it and shit like that. And what Roman, he tried to put a guilt trip. Jimmy, you the older brother. Your little brother done got into this. What you doing, Jimmy? And shit like that. And so, like, all this shit is building up if you really paying attention to this shit. Even on Friday night, the night before, when he said, we the 7-time tag team champ. We been I'm the tribal chief. And my favorite, the best part of all this shit that happened is Paul Heyman. Every time something is said, look at Paul Heyman. He said, what did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Paul Heyman acting his ass off.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I'm glad you said that.
I think you're going to get that situation happen first, because at the end of SmackDown on Friday, you heard what he said when Roman was leaving the ring. He was like, Paul Heyman said, what about Jay, Tribal Chief? And he was like,
he'll do what he always
Jay
does.
Gonna do what he always do. So you about to get a shit where Jay's probably gonna be like, I'm fucking out of this shit or whatever. Because you see, he was trying to be the one like, yo, we need to stay together and all this shit. Jimmy's fucking done with this bullshit or whatever. Especially now that his little brother that fucking hit him with the Samoan.
Spike.
Hit him with the Samoan. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that shit first. Then eventually you're going to get the tag team match. What happens next? Don't really give a fuck. I'm just gonna call it like it is. I really don't, because they don't have to do something. Me personally, I know D-Lo gonna probably log off after this. I think it would be hilarious if the person that Roman beat for the championship fucking wins.
Shut your mouth!
Back.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you
Can you imagine?
Think about that shit though.
4 years.
Think about that shit. Just think about that shit.
And you lose to Bray fucking Wyatt?
If they got good goddamn right, if they got good goddamn timeout, if they got good damn writers and I mean some hellified writers, and they build this shit up.
I know.
But I'm saying I don't know. They could be working on some shit. Who knows? But you're right. We normally know they don't. They could build that shit up where it's like, we go back to where it starts at, and Bray be like, "Yo, I want my shit back, and I want my shit back in blood," and they make that shit right.
I will buy stock in AEW if they do that. And
tattoo
AEW on my ass cheek, my left ass cheek, if they dare to put Bray Wyatt in that position.
Not the left ass cheek.
The right one is occupied. I don't know.
That's the least important one.
That's the least important. True. What?
But we know that shit is not going to happen.
No,
whatever.
I mean, I get it. I get where you're going. I do get where you're going. Like I see the story
because
through.
really, I mean, I guess the bloodline.
Hey,
I would say this: the bloodline thing was starting to get dragged out. Like, okay,
wouldn't Bray actually have to show up for work for that?
And he would have the team of writers that he has to make him relevant and interesting.
He is rehabbing since everything is going down.
Okay.
The one person that I think
he's rehabbing with Mountain Dew and Pitch Black. That's what he's rehabbing.
The one person I think who should take the belt off of Roman.
Who's that?
You got Solo. The Almighty versus the Almighty versus the Tribal Chief.
Roman.
What you mean? No,
I love the Almighty. I love the Almighty, but he's not in Roman Reigns.
Look, my prediction
he's in the universe.
My prediction is
Jason. Stop talking, Jason.
Sorry,
you're yourself a hole right there.
Nope, he's not in his league. He's not in his league. And popularity,
I agree.
All I'm gonna say,
Bobby's not in Roman's league.
As much as I love the Almighty, as much as I love him,
are y'all serious?
No, not even close. He's not close.
Nobody's
in Roman Reigns. That's why he's had the belt for 4 years. And I'm gonna just say it.
That's because the
Almighty had the secondary title, and he had a run with it, and it made sense, and it was great. And
he's not in
his league. As much as I love him,
Roman is
hurts me to say it.
I don't even know what you call this. Like
strategy.
I don't even know.
He's a Rock. He's the Rock with a league full of intercontinental champions. He's the only Rock.
Either I am deaf, dumb, or stupid. But whenever damn Bobby comes out, I hear the fucking crowd going goddamn nuts. And
but that's his crowd reaction. But nobody buys him as nobody can buy him as him.
What do you mean nobody buys him?
Bobby Lashley's 75 years old. Why does he have to I'd rather go with Solo. I think Solo's that dude. I think he's that dude. Personally.
Bobby is now.
You can't put the title.
But he's.
You can't put the title on a nigga that don't talk.
Solo's moveset though, so I don't.
Yeah, you can't put a nigga that can't talk.
He don't really.
He don't need to talk if he's got Heyman in his corner though. Heyman's a slick Rick.
And that's my. And if we could just bring this all back together, I think that again, why I'm okay with them. I'm using you guys' lingo, dragging this out. This bloodline angle out. I don't have faith in the WWE that they have something as good as what we're getting now. So whatever comes after this, it will be inferior for a while till they get their bearings. So I'm good with them sticking with this.
They hit gold and they're gonna drag and milk this shit for everything they can get out of it because they don't have nothing else. They didn't have nothing before this shit happened, and now they
That's true.
They're going to drag this bitch and get everything they can get out of this motherfucker. So this shit is going to last till next WrestleMania. This shit is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. God, I hope not.
So embrace it. Embrace your tribal chief. Embrace it. He's the head of your table.
And poor Seth, the hell out. Money in the Bank is going to cash in on him. So poor stuff.
Time out.
I can see
what
that
we not gonna fucking dismiss is the most important shit. Y'all niggas acting like Bobby Lashley, some nigga that just comes out there and flex or some shit. We not gonna do this fucking shit.
I mean, he does flex.
We not
really good though.
That's his interest.
We're not gonna do this. I refuse.
No, we know you love Bobby Lashley. We all love Bobby Lashley. He is not in wrong.
No, it ain't got nothing. It ain't got to do with that. But we're not gonna sit here and act like Bobby Lashley is just some nigga that come out and flex and do a fist bump, yo.
Dun. I mean, we love Bobby. We love Bobby.
The fact you sit here acting like Well, I can't see Bobby Lashley beating Roman Reigns. What?
He would have beaten him by now, though.
He would have beat him by now. He's had 3 years.
They've been separate. They never wrestle.
Because he's booked to not be on that show because Roman Reigns would beat him.
And he's going to Raw. Like it doesn't
matter. Why would you waste that shit? Like they haven't wrestled.
No, they should wrestle. They absolutely should wrestle. But he's not beating him. He's absolutely not. Roman Reigns will win 9 times out of 10. He's not going to be the guy to beat him. They're going to build somebody. They're going to build somebody with this win. Whoever beats Roman Reigns is a made fucking man, and they're gonna go. They're gonna go with that person. Just when Brock ended the streak of Undertaker, they're gonna go with that person.
You mean to tell me Cody? They built up Cody Rhodes, and they brought up his daddy and all that.
My daddy
was the perfect night for him to beat Roman Reigns, and they didn't do it. But Bobby Lashley's supposed to come out and beat Roman Reigns. Come on.
Time out.
No disrespect to him.
They had a 5-minute match.
I don't buy it.
You trying to tell me they did the same thing when Brock had the belt and everyone said that belt is going to Joe fucking Samoa Joe. And what happened? It didn't go to him and nothing happened from it. It's the same thing's going to happen to Cody. Cody is going to win the belt, but it's not going to be a belt from fucking Brock. It's not going to be that belt for Roman, I don't think. If it does do it, then this is some long time shit. I don't see it happen. I see Cody eventually winning the belt. It makes sense to have Bobby Lashley beat fucking goddamn Roman. Having Cody win, as people like to say, does not look believable at one fucking bit. You tell me you put Bobby Lashley. This is a match that people have been clamoring for the last 2 years.
Brock Lashley. Are you trying to tell me that Brock? Okay. Well, okay.
Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar. What are we doing? You said Brock Lesnar.
Are they on the?
But Bobby.
Is Bobby on the?
Bobby
let's
be
honest. But let's be honest. Let's not say blackly. Like realistically, is Bobby Lashley on the same level as popularity as Brock Lesnar, or has the? Yes. Come on now. We love Bobby. Yes. Brock has done some epic shit. He's headline. He's been on the marquee match for like the last 7 years. Beat the Undertaker streak. Bobby hasn't done anything remotely close to breaking the streak. Just on that alone, he's not equal.
Brock was the heel.
Brock for the world title.
Yeah, Brock was the heel, and they were still cheering him over Bobby. So, you know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to popularity, Bobby...
I'm going to just say this once again. Either I'm deaf, dumb, and stupid, but I guess crowd reaction don't mean nothing.
You're not either of them.
In a person...
But you are wrong.
In a person coming out there putting... In a person coming out there putting on good-ass matches and shit.
Right,
I mean, come on, man.
This dude... We're not saying that.
But you trying to tell me you just can't... So you trying to tell me you don't buy him beat Roman? After 1,400 days or whatever it is now, I just can't beat him. I just can't see
10,000 days.
After 10,000 years, I'm free. Like
4 scores and 7 years ago, and then Bobby
Repulsa out here. Like come on. Like
I would be shocked. Again, it doesn't happen, but I would be shocked and very disappointed. Much I love Bobby.
Look, I
in her
wouldn't be shocked
business.
if Roman was the champ. Still came Judgment Day. Like we all up there getting judged, and Roman come up there with the Universal Undisputed WWE World Heavyweight
Universal Marvel Universe Flash Spider-Verse title.
I don't even
I'm
know
ready
what
to be
Bobby's
judged,
doing now.
God. Your tribal chief is here. Like what the fuck, yo?
Oh my God. All right. Well, I think that's enough. That's enough. If you guys want to reach us, you can reach us at
I'm vexed.
Rassling Hard or IG at hard_R_Rassling.
LA Knight. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about him because he actually won. He won against Montez. I love Montez.
I hope he win that Money in the Bank, man. That dude
LWO winning streak. Things are looking
now that's a guy could challenge Seth for his belt. I don't know if he should cash in and win, but
I don't see him.
It's a ground swelling of support. People are getting behind him. He's old. He needs to pop now.
Like, I can see LA Knight. I thought you were about to say, I can see LA Knight beating Roman. I was about to be like, know what? Have a good night.
That would be stupid.
Lord help self, because whoever wins that Money in the Bank cashed in on him. So
they ain't gonna cash.
They're not cashing in on Roman. They cashing in on Seth
freaking Rollins. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll holler at you guys next week. Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.